Hello everyone, today we're working on a 2017 Ford Powerstroke. We're going to be doing a transmission flush on this transmission. This is going to be part 2. I shot a video of a 2011 Powerstroke transmission flush, and this has the exact same transmission. The only difference is the cooler is in a different location on this truck, on the 2017 through 2019s. So it's the same transmission from 2011 through 2019. After 2019 they went to a 10-speed. This is a 6R140, which is a 6-speed automatic. So basically what I'm going to do here is show you where the cooler is and make this a part 2 off of that first video so that you know where to go to do the flush and everything. I'm also going to give you the part number for the filter. It's the same filter all the way through. It's a Ford part number here. And then this here is it's a reusable gasket. And there's the part number from Ford on that gasket. So I'm going to go ahead and get this service wound up, and then I'm going to show you where to hook up to do the flush on the cooler. And from there we'll get back to you. The very first thing I do is drain the transmission pan and change out the filter. A lot of shops don't do that, and we do it simply because the magnet has a lot of crap on, and anything that's settled out of that transmission is going to be in that pan. If you simply hook up a flush machine, you're going to stir up a lot of that crap, and it's going to end up causing transmission problems. I like to get that dirt load out of the system right off the bat. The oil I'll be using is Amsoil. It's a synthetic automatic transmission fluid. It's fuel efficient, and it meets and exceeds all the specifications for Ford Mercon LV. So we're going to drain that fluid out, get started on it, and I'll be back with you. Okay, we've got the pan drain. There's a nice drain plug on this one here. I have to commend Ford for that. Allows you to drain that pan out nicely. And then the bolts, everything's pretty easy to get at except for these back 3 here. That bracket's a little bit in the way, but a 1/4-inch ratchet, we can get in there and get those out. So we take that down, and that gets us access to the filter and also to the magnet and any of the junk that's on the magnet. You can see there's usually a lot of fuzz, you know, from the break-in and all that. It's good to get that out of the system. So we'll clean that up, clean the pan up. And the filter itself has got 3 bolts holding it in, and the head of them is an 8mm. There's one right here, fairly long. Put that in the pan. There's one over here on the front side as well. And there's one kind of in the middle in the back. And once we take that and 3 out, then that transmission filter drops out. So we'll clean up the pan, and we'll get ready to put a new filter in, and we'll be back with you. Alright, we're ready to put this transmission filter up. There's 2 bolts for that transmission filter that are shorter than the others. They go on the side towards the front, and then the long one goes towards the rear here of that valve body. And we put those up. They get torqued to about 97 inch-pounds. They're a 6mm bolt, 8mm head, and it's going to be the same on the transmission pan bolts, are the same size. I'm going to buzz these up, and then we're going to torque them. Okay, the transmission filter's in and torqued down to 97 inch-pounds, and we're ready to put in the pan. Make sure you get the magnet in before you put it up. And it's got a reusable gasket. clean up the gasket, clean up the surface of that transmission, and put it up, and then we'll torque these to 97 inch-pounds as well, little 6mm bolts. So we're going to do that, and don't forget to torque down or tighten down your fill plug, or your drain plug I should say. And then we're going to show you where to do the flush, where we're going to pull the flush from, and be back with you. Okay, we're underneath the front of the truck, and right here's the back side of the center of the bumper. Right here's your tranny cooler. This is the inlet, this is the outlet. So we want to take off the keeper here on the outlet side. It just slides off. And I've got a blowgun here. I want to blow off that dirt. A lot of times dust and dirt can get down and inside there, and it makes it harder for you to uncouple that connector. And I'll put a little bit of lubricant on it. And then I have a special tool to release it, and I'll have that part number in the description. There's two pieces to it. One's for the 3/8 line, the smaller lines, and this is for the bigger lines. And this is a 1/2 inch diameter hose or tube going in there. So what you have to do is, I'm going to see if I can get this done without having my big hands in the way. But you got to push in, and there it just released, and then you can pull out. There it is, right there. I've had some of these fight me a lot, so don't be discouraged. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get it to release. So we're going to drop that down, and what I have is some 1/2 inch OD poly line. This is actually some air brake line, so it's a little stiffer. But I've kind of put a little bit of a taper around that edge. I don't want a sharp edge there because there's an O-ring inside this fitting up here. I don't want to cut it. So I'm going to bend that, bring that in, and push it in to seal on that O-ring. And there it goes right there. Okay, and then sometimes on these we might get a little flow out of this one while we're doing the flush, and I want to capture that. Or, yeah, I guess we'll put that on. That should slip over. This is 1/2 inch ID, and this is basically just some heater hose that I use for this purpose. There we go. Okay, so I have put in about 12 quarts of fluid. And we are about ready to start this flush here. Let me get a little bit of light on the pan so you can kind of see what's going on. And we're going to start this up, and then we're going to go through the gears. We'll leave it in each gear for about 3 seconds. And we're going to go until we see a nice color change. This truck has 50,000 miles on it, 50,000 miles on this fluid. And it's starting to darken a little bit. You can see it there. And the new stuff's a nice cherry red. So when you see that nice cherry red coming through the hose, that means we've got the torque converter and the cooler and everything flushed out. So go ahead and start it. A good color change. Go ahead and shut it off. There we can see a nice cherry red coming out of it. It's not that dark chocolate look anymore. Okay, so that's about it for this tranny flush. What we're going to do now is just rehook that line, recheck our fluid level. And if you're going to do this tranny flush, you're going to need, it holds just over 17 quarts, and I would have 5 gallon on hand. And then any excess that you have left over, the transfer case takes 2 quarts of the same fluid. So you could always use it in the transfer case. But 5 gallons is about what I'd have on hand, because we're at 17 and a half, 18 quarts is what it holds. So that gives you some idea how to do this, and have a great day. Thank you for watching my video. Be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel at youtube.com/c/Donsoil. I'd like to introduce you to Amsoil synthetic lubricants. We have the most complete line of synthetic lubricants on the market that offer you greatly reduced wear, extended drain intervals, longer equipment life. You can check that out at my website, donsoil.com. I also have a website for looking up fluid capacity. It's fluidcapacity.com. You can go there and print off the capacity of your engine oil, cooling system, transmission, transfer case, differentials. Be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Don Synthetic Lubes. Thank you and have a great day.